Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Just Open It, the YouTube series in which I open recently acquired toys. My name is Russ. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you're a fan of action figures, toys, or pop culture in general, please follow my Instagram at AmazingAZComics. I regularly post about the comics and toys that I love and the mini comics and zines that I self-publish, so I'd love to see you there. Today, I am opening the Masters of the Universe Origins Horde Trooper. This is a figure I know has been available in many markets around the country throughout the year, but this wave has finally hit in Phoenix. So I was super excited to find this Horde Trooper at my local Walmart. And I'm excited to see how he stands in comparison to the classic Horde Trooper from the original Masters of the Universe line. So I have my OG Horde Trooper here, sans weapon, unfortunately. I'll tell you the story about how I found this Horde Trooper as I open this Origins version. But check out that kind of metallic matte paint. I love that look there. It looks very robotic, very cool. And the original art on the back is so evocative of the original Masters of the Universe, really retaining that spirit there. I love Hordak in the foreground. His hand there is an awesome touch, just really adds some depth to this image. And if you're a fan of this line, you know the work of this artist. I'll put his name and Instagram in the description of this video. I believe it's Axel Jimenez. I want to make sure I'm saying that right and crediting him correctly. But man, do I love this, the design of this series of action figures overall. It's truly my favorite line of action figures at retail right now. And I just wish that they were more readily available. The wave that preceded this one here in the Phoenix market that includes Jitsu and like Nude Stratos has been on the pegs here for a long time, many months. So I'm excited to see something new, especially these original characters that I so fondly remember. So with that said, you've seen the packaging. Let's rip it open. Let's just open it, if you will. And as I'm doing this, I want to tell you about this classic Horde Trooper figure that I have here, because it is not the Horde Trooper from my youth, although this piece of his armor is. This back piece was all I had of the original Horde Trooper I had as a kid for a long time. For some reason, this back piece had detached, and it was just kind of in my miscellaneous weapons box for the longest time. Then I was at a local thrift store a few years ago, and I found at the bottom of a bin of plushies, which goes to show that if you're a true toy hunter, dig in every bin of toys at a thrift store that you find. And this wasn't like a Goodwill or a Savers. This was just some random thrift store, like a no-name, no chain, maybe a church-affiliated thrift store. And at the bottom of a bin of like Beanie Babies and plushies, I found this Horde Trooper and his front piece missing the back piece, the piece I had had since childhood that I had been saving in case of such a find. It was serendipitous, and I'll never forget it. And so opening this Horde Trooper brings back that memory fondly. So here's the mini comic featuring Sunman. But my interest lies here in this Horde Trooper. Faint smell, not very strong. Let's extract him from the packaging. Oh yeah, we got these little rubber bands here. Not a fan, as longtime viewers of my channel know. But he did come out very easily. And I'll tell you right now, I'm such a fan of his kind of stout stature, because I think there's something very trooper about it. The fact that his legs are bent, and he kind of has that kind of that classic He-Man stout stance compared to the rigid legs of the original version, to me makes this almost, if not actually, superior. Because otherwise, wow, all of the details are certainly there, like to a T. This is almost a beat-by-beat recreation of the original sculpt, just with modern articulation. So this Horde Trooper is a true encapsulation of the potential of the Masters of the Universe Origins line. It just took the original guy and it made it better with sharp contemporary sculpting, paint, and articulation. Wow, this just encapsulates everything I want Masters of the Universe Origins to be. So with that said, I'm going to put his accessory here, which is this odd staff with like a gargoyle on top of it or something. Do they say what the staff is? No, it doesn't identify the staff specifically. But if you remember in the original Masters of the Universe comics, Horde troopers were made like out of like a glorified 3D printer. Hordak had this like big tower, and the Horde troopers just came marching out of it. And Cyclone, I believe, was in that mini comic, and his ability to like twirl like Red Tornado and flail his fists enabled him to hit all of the troopers in their weak spot, which is unfortunately right in the middle of their chest plate. So I'm curious if I hit that. Yeah, it does it. If you strike Hordak's face in the middle of that symbol, it breaks the robot apart, weakening him, defeating him. I love this figure. I love everything about it. And it was so worth the wait here in the Phoenix area to finally see it hit and to get it. Just a little posability here. You know, I have the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles foot soldier. I have like the Bucky O'Hare Toad Warrior, the villainous Toad Warrior. I've never thought about army building before, where you buy figures like this, like stormtroopers, where you could just have like a bunch of them and it represents this robotic or kind of drone army, right? Like a foot soldier, or in this case, a Horde trooper. I've never thought about doing that. This figure wants me to get maybe like 2 more of these and assemble them on my shelf in like a, kind of a royal guard position around Hordak. I love it. It's so cool. Highest recommendation here. Top to bottom, I love this figure. And as much as I still adore the original, this one is darn near close to topping it, which is what I think Masters of the Universe Origins would want to do in a way. Just kind of modernize and articulate and express the original figures in a refreshing way. So hats off to Mattel for this one and the creative team behind it. I really appreciate this. Wow, I'm just now noticing these points of articulation here at the mid-calf. How bizarre. Oh, because I guess with a normal Masters of the Universe figure, there would be like boot trim here. So I'm taking for granted that that's kind of a regular point of articulation nowadays. But since this is a singular kind of calf cuff for the robot, I didn't expect it, but I see it now. And I just absolutely dig it, man. Everything about it. Highly recommended if you're buying these toys. Find the Horde Trooper and add him to your collection. Thanks again for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Tune in next time when I grab another action figure here in my living room and I say, you know what? Just open it. I'll catch you next time.